Submission only with your referee, Tyson Chartier. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black shirt and yellow and black pants, from Lausanne, MMA, please welcome Justin O'Connor. And his opponent across the cage, out of the red corner, wearing all black and representing Hermes MMA, the current Combat Zone lightweight champion, please welcome Medina.
So Matt, what do we know about these guys?
Yeah, I mean, both these guys are seasoned MMA competitors right now in the amateur scene. Romano Medina won both his last Combat Zone appearances, Combat Zone 66 and 65, by triangle choke.
Okay.
So he's a guy that's very comfortable off his back.
And that's something that we don't see very often here in like regional MMA is a triangle choke. It's a lot of arm bars, rear nakeds. What do we got going on right now?
Yeah, it looks like for a brief moment there, Romano looked like he was going to pull guard. Oh, there he goes again, looking to pull guard here. You know, like I was just saying, he's a guy that's very comfortable fighting off his back. He likes to set up triangle chokes. You know, maybe look for him to sweep here. Looks like Justin is just trying to kind of press the action against the cage. I think he wants to get the takedown, but he wants it on his terms. If it goes to the ground, he's not going to want to be stuck in guard. He's going to want to take top position here and get to work from there.
Okay.
Right now, Justin's using the underhook. So he's got the underhook on the left side. He's trying to use head pressure. Trying to alter the posture here, break down Romano's posture. Maybe look for an inside trip with the left leg. Yep, and he goes for the trip right away, just as I called it.
Okay.
Immediately looking to take the back.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like he's got a single hook in here. Looking to get the hook on the other side. Romano's doing a really good job at defending here. Turtle is a position where, you know, you can be very defensively sound, but at the same time, the more he waits here and stalls here, that just gives Justin more time to set up his different attacks. He's going to start to try and overwhelm him with different attacks. You know, he was looking to grip arms, looking to set up chokes, looking to get the hooks in. So Romano here, he's got to look to either get to the feet or see if he can swing back and, you know, get to his guard.
So for people that are just tuning in at home or for people that are checking this out, and obviously we're watching this in a cage. This is a BJJ super fight. And so explain to us, Matt, how this is different. And of course, if there's some action, let's call it. But how this is different from, say, like a Naga tournament.
Yep, so right now these guys are competing in a 6-minute submission-only grappling match. So both guys do not have to worry about giving up points. So your typical Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitions, they'll award points based on position. But this is a really good format for a lot of these MMA cards because it presses the action. Guys aren't afraid to give up position. They're looking for the submission, which makes for a very entertaining format. Huge takedown from Justin. Managed to get both his arms, behind the butt there, get some elevation. But again, Romano's very comfortable from guard. So this is a position, you know, he's very comfortable in. So, I mean, Justin's going to have to be careful here. You know, he should really work to pass the guard.
In some senses, this is an advantage position for Romano, according to his last 2 MMA fights that we've seen here at Combat Zone.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it not being MMA, you know, Romano's not going to have to worry about, punches and elbows, you know, potentially coming down. So he can just work on, you know, getting grips on the hands, you know, look to maybe sweep. He was looking briefly there to, you know, set up a sweep.
But as you mentioned earlier, he's very comfortable from his back. And so, what what is Justin trying to do right now? Is he trying to pressure him against the fence? What is his technique? Yeah.
Yeah, well, right now, Justin, his primary focus, I imagine, is just passing the guard. So, he's going to try and, build his posture back up. He's going to be, really, aware of the setups that Romano is going to look for submission. So he's just looking to, stay square, not let Romano take any angles with his hips. Because if Romano looks for the angle like he's doing now, he'll try to swing the leg over, snatch up an arm, maybe set up an omoplata, a shoulder attack. But as long as Justin keeps his hips just in line, not let Romano take angle, he should be good here.
Now, do you think that Romano was hoping to move positioning out closer to the center of the cage and away from the fence, or was the fence area like a good place for him to be while he's on his back?
Yeah, so as you can see right here, out in the middle, Romano's going to be able to angle off to the left and the right side. When he's stuck up against the cage like that, he only has one direction where he can move his hips. The cage being a physical barrier. That's what's going to differentiate these cage grappling matches than, say, an open mat jiu-jitsu tournament.
So it just makes him more versatile, and it allows for him to have way more options. Oh, looks like
Justin briefly there looked for a guillotine, but right away let it go. And that was the conclusion of the match.
Okay, 6 minutes. So what happens here? This is a draw essentially because there's no point system.
Right. Correct? So it being a submission-only match, it went all 6 minutes without a submission. So this contest will end in a draw.
And of course, we're going to go to our in-ring announcer, John Vina, and our official tonight is Tyson Chartier.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is a submission-only match. How about